Dragonwilds is about to receive its biggest update yet, and going through all the information Jagex has released, I genuinely think Umbral Sands could completely change the game. Today, we're going through everything we know before launch, including the Fight Cave, Nightmare Crucible, Adamant Armour, new mounts, new creatures, some interesting things that may have slipped under the radar as well. Also, when the update launches, I'll be covering both the Fight Caves and the Nightmare Crucible in separate guides, so make sure you are subscribed. You don't want to miss those. First things first, this region is absolutely massive. The entire area is built around a volcanic desert controlled by Fuzan, the giant red dragon general. He's basically taken over the region. Unlike the previous areas, Umbral Sands introduces a new survival mechanic called Scorch. So during the day, you'll need to manage heat exposure, use shade, and think a little bit more carefully about traveling around the map. It's a small change on paper, but I think it's going to make exploration feel completely different compared to the existing regions. And of course, with a new region comes a new progression tier. We're getting Adamant Armour, we're getting red Dragonhide equipment, and Infinity Robes as well. We're also getting new resources, new crafting stations, and new materials scattered throughout the desert. And looking at the progression path so far, this feels like a much bigger jump than what we got with Darden Reach for sure. And in terms of enemies, we've got quite a lot confirmed already. We've got the Kalphites making their Dragonwilds debut. We've got the Katha creatures throughout the region. And of course, we've got those lesser red dragons roaming the desert as well. And then we've also been hinted at very strongly that we're going to get some old friends join us as well. Now for the juicy stuff, I really want to talk about this, which is probably one of the most exciting parts of the update, the Fight Cave. Hiding beneath Fuzan's tower, the Dragonwilds version of one of Runescape's most iconic challenges. Apparently, you get to battle through increasingly difficult waves of enemies before reaching the final encounter. And yes, the Fire Cave is confirmed as a reward. So excited for this. And if you're like me and you've spent so many hours in the Fight Caves over the years, you must be so excited for this. Also, hands up if it took you 15 years to get a Fire Cave like me. And what makes it even better is that Jagex have confirmed replayability and additional difficulty options, which hopefully means this won't just be a one and done activity. And if they get this right, I can genuinely see the Fight Caves being one of the most popular pieces of content in the game. The other feature that's really caught my attention is the Nightmare Crucible. We still don't know everything about it, but from what Jagex has shown, it sounds like it's a challenge arena. Enemies are going to return stronger with additional mechanics and modifiers. We've seen the Abyssal Demon in an arena setting in one of the teasers. The rewards are pretty interesting as well, because they've already mentioned the rare crafting materials and the future weapon progression. They've definitely hinted at the Masterworks upgrades, so we could potentially be getting the Abyssal Whip back for the fight with Cauldra. Gonna be amazing to be able to go back, get the whip, upgrade it, maybe into a tentacle whip, and bring it to the final fight coming in September. To me, this sounds less like a boss fight and more like Dragonwilds' first true endgame activity. It's probably the feature I'm most curious about because we still don't know exactly what it's going to be. But either way, I'm super excited. Replayable content is absolutely the way to go with this game. There's also lots of smaller additions that are really easy to overlook. Magic carpets are finally arriving as a new method of transportation. Exlarian will be appearing in the storyline. New building pieces have been teached, new music coming with the region. And knowing Jagex, there's probably a few surprises in there as well. So overall, I think this has all the ingredients to become Dragonwild's best update so far. The new progression looks great. The desert survival mechanic looked genuinely interesting. The Fight Cave is finally here. And the Nightmare Crucible is really the icing on the cake that could end up being the start of proper endgame content. Let me know what you guys are most excited for in the comments. And as I mentioned earlier, I'll have dedicated guides for both the Fight Caves and the Nightmare Crucible once this update drops. Thank you for watching, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.